Good morning, YouTube, or good afternoon. I am installing front brake pads and rotors on a Honda Odyssey. Right now, I'm going to get this little Phillips head right there. I'm going to get it loose. I have to use an impact to do that because it's on pretty tight from the factory. This is my impact screwdriver. It works pretty good. You put it on, hold it tight, and you hit it. And it'll break it loose. If you don't, you're just gonna strip it out. So the best thing to do is get one of those impact screwdrivers and bust it loose and get it out. Take it off. Okay, YouTube, I'm back. Had to get my earbuds in so I could talk to y'all, and hopefully you can hear it. So now I'm going to take the caliper bracket bolts off. It's this one and this one that holds your caliper on. They're on pretty tight. All right, I'll go ahead and get this one loose. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm gonna take the ratchet off. This is your caliper bracket bolt. And it is a 19 millimeter. Put the ratchet back on this one. Boom. All right, we got those two off. So we got the screw out of the rotor. Then we got the two mounting bracket bolts off. Now we're gonna move back to the front of the car. Right, see if y'all can see that. Hopefully my phone don't overheat. One of these days I'm gonna be able to get me a good camera. Put y'all over here on this side. Just like that. And I'm gonna slip the caliper off and then take the rotor off. Hopefully. Yeah, it was time. Show you guys. You can see the brake pads are almost out. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it was definitely time for the brake pads. And since I have a little bit of wobble in the steering wheel when I apply my brakes, I'm going to just go ahead and put on some drilled and slotted rotors. Let's get this off. I have to use a little bit of hammering. Get it to break loose. It's off. Now I'm going to have to push the brake piston pistons. There's two of them. I had to push the brake pads back so the new ones will go on the new rotor. And I don't have that tool out here, so I'm gonna have to go get my tool. It looks like I just need to push it back. Hang on 1 second. All right, I'm gonna try to push these pistons back so y'all can see how far it needs to get back to put your new pads so they'll slip, the caliper will slip over the rotor. I'm gonna try to keep it in frame. But you just twist it. You take the I take the master cylinder cap off. I don't know why I do it. Just somebody years ago told me to. I guess so pressure don't build up in the system. It pushes the fluid back into the master cylinder. But if you can see it slowly going back, the piston's going back far enough so when I put the new pads on, it'll slip over the caliper, the rotor. So that's it right there, all the way. So now I'm gonna back off this caliper, the piston tool, take it out, and take your brake pad out. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna try that back piston a little bit more. Back piston didn't like it was as far. I don't want it to wear uneven. There we go. That, and then that. Get your old pads gone. And now I gotta put the new pads on. And the hardware. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the hardware on. Oh, let's see. The bottom one first. Just peel it off. Look at how it came off. These are a little different. They've got little ears right here, so your pads will slide and be tight on there. I'm gonna try them. I'm tempted to just leave the old ones on, but here we go. Just like that. Oh, I hit y'all. Make sure they go on there good and tight. Scrape it on there. And we're going to the top one. Peel it straight off. And then we'll go straight on with the other one. Just like so. Boom. So we got the new hardware on there. It's got these new little hooks I got to figure out, which shouldn't be hard to do. And I got to put wires on the pads. These little wires, they came off the pad. I guess it's to keep tension on them. So I got to put those on there. All right. See y'all in just a minute. Got the rotor on. See the rotor there? Just slipped right on. Then I put the caliper bracket on. Now I'm putting the brake pads on. The brake pads are, the new hardware was kind of kind of difficult, but I figured it out. So the pads here, I saved y'all the trouble of watching me struggle. But the pads here, you see there, they just slip. These little clips, the clips there, they're not on the new ones. I mean the old ones. But those butterfly clips, they just hold the brake pad in place. That there and that there. They're not on the old clips. So I'm gonna put that in, show y'all how to do that. It's pretty simple once you get everything lined up. But you just right there and right there, and then you're gonna push it on. And it holds it in place. Now these little wires, they came off the old one. They sent new ones with it. What I did is I bent it in some. You put it right there in that hole and in that hole, and it stays just like that. I'll show you on this other one what I did. See how wide it is? And it was making the pads come off of the caliper bracket. So I just bent it in a little bit so there wasn't as much tension on it. And there's two little holes right here you slip these into, and that holds them in place just like that. Boom, just like that. Now I don't know the meaning and why they do that, but that's Honda. And now I'm going to attempt to put the rest of the caliper back together. Oh yeah, and I put the little Phillips head screw back in. And now I'm going to bring the caliper, back side of the caliper. There's your pistons that were pushed back. And we're just going to slide it over the pads like so. Just like that. And then I'm going to put the caliper bracket bolts back on and tighten them up. I'm going to try to get y'all around there so you can see it. It's a it's going to be a 14 millimeter and a 19 millimeter. All right, I think I got y'all set up. Hopefully y'all won't see my ugly mug the whole time. Oh. But here's the 14 millimeter. Let's see. It's gonna be the two bolts that go right here. It's like this. That's the top one. Then we'll do the bottom. Okay. Snug them up a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to change. That was the 14 millimeter. Now I'm going to change out, if I can reach it. Always seems to roll away from me. To the 19. Tighten the 19 down. That's snug. That's tight. And that's tight. That one's tight and that one's tight. Double check just to make sure, because How paranoid I am. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Tightened up. All right. Now, the brakes are on. They look pretty good too. I like them. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And when you're putting your tire back on, remember to tighten in a star pattern. Your ram back on. This one here is a security lug to keep people from stealing your rims. Dealership should always give you one to go with it. It actually just fits right in the socket with your 22mm that fits your lugs, and then you just find it where it locks in. And since we're here on that one, I'll go ahead and tighten it on down by hand. Sorry about that. The phone overheated on me. I didn't know it. But I went ahead and tightened everything down by hand in a star pattern. And look at there. Looks pretty good. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.